From the Mayborn School of Journalism at the University of North Texas, this is NT Daily News.
Hello and welcome to NT Daily News. I'm Sherelle Sangalo.
And I'm Noelle Smart. We begin with some good news for Denton home owners. Foreclosure filings have decreased all over the Dallas-Fort Worth area during the last year. But the biggest decline in filings has been right here in Denton.
Real estate investors meet at the Denton County Courthouse to bid on foreclosed homes each month. But the number of properties available at this auction has drastically declined.
1 year ago, there were 750 houses foreclosed per month in Denton County. It's down to 150 right now. So if they lay off half of them, that's 200,000 unemployed.
Bain says factors such as the job market and economy negatively affect the foreclosure rate. But he says buyers who purchase houses at risk of being foreclosed play a big part in reversing their negative effects.
Investors are buying houses before the foreclosure, knocking on their door saying, I will give you $10,000, take over your loan, pay off your loan, and save your credit.
The foreclosed home auction is held on these steps every first Tuesday of the month. But one of Bain's students says real estate investors should buy these properties before they make it this far. Interdisciplinary studies major James Hickman's family buys and flips foreclosed homes.
It's not near as profitable as pre-foreclosure. It's a lot of work. It takes a lot of time, a lot of man hours.
He says buying homes before foreclosure creates a win-win situation for both parties.
Usually when you invest in a property like that, you give them enough money to start fresh.
There could possibly be 134 properties available to bidders at the next auction.
Financial aid has increased this past year, but the funding is not enough to help pay for school expenses. Some college students feel that getting loans is their only hope in continuing their education. The Student Money Management Program at the University of North Texas is offering loan and financial aid counseling. The workshops are held every semester.
Funding is also a debate within UNT club sports. The addition of new clubs changed the way money is distributed. NT Daily's Sheniece Chappell is here to tell us more. Sheniece?
Noelle? The competition for funding is starting to increase, and it is making it hard for some teams to compete in the spring.
Student service fees provided club sports with a little under $200,000 this year. Those funds were distributed among 29 sports clubs.
We added clubs, so a lot of clubs lost funding, but we remained the same, so we counted that as a win.
A typical tournament costs between $1,000 and $2,000. That pays for gas, food, housing, and the entry fees. That is manageable for some returning clubs, but it is challenging for first-year teams. That's because they receive a maximum of $500.
We don't want them to come dependent on what we're able to allocate them. So it's an opportunity for them to kind of grow and get stable on their own.
Many teams travel long distance to compete, and that is when the limited budget hurts the most.
We are only allowed to travel between the hours of 6 a.m. and 10 p.m., and that hurts us when we have to go further places.
Fenderson says it would be easier if the school would pay for a charter bus or plane ticket. It would help with saving funds for future events. Some teams have unplanned competitions that are not in their yearly budget, so they put on tournaments and fundraisers to raise extra money.
So we host a tournament called Big D Little D. It has generally between 24 and 26 schools. They pay us to play at our tournament, and that generates basically a new budget for us.
Men's Ultimate would like to raise between $5,000 and $6,000 at their tournament in February. That would allow them to participate in competitions in the spring. Noelle? Sherelle?
The University of North Texas is offering a new business class this spring. The class was introduced last fall. It gives business students the opportunity to get real-world experience. Students in the class are required to analyze a local family business in Denton. Each team of students creates a business and marketing plan.
You get an aspect of a real community, a family, a business, not something that you find in a book or a magazine.
It gives students a hands-on approach to business. Professor Michael Sexton says the students are doing well.
So they're having to go out and research on their own and draw from personal experiences.
The class is in its trial phase. It will become a regular class in the next school year.
A new organization at UNT is also teaching a lesson or two. Mean Green recently formed to enlighten students about the harmful effects of litter. Their goal is to promote keeping Denton clean.
Just do your small little part. If you're just cleaning litter for one day out of the month, volunteer, get out there and try and just make a difference.
The club partnered with the Reverse Litter campaign. They work with the campaign to raise awareness through the 10 on Tuesday pledge.
When we ask people to just take the 10 on Tuesday pledge and look around, they become more aware of just how much trash is out there.
Members vow to pick up at least 10 pieces of trash each Tuesday.
A program at Texas Women's University doesn't want any of their students to go hungry. Many students at TWU have low or fixed income, so their student union created the Stock the Fridge program. This program assists their food pantry by providing more food.
Well, as a college student, you know, money is kind of tight, so you kind of need the extra resources that you can have.
Students are able to anonymously get food from this pantry. This is the second year TWU have been doing this program, and anyone can donate non-perishable or perishable food in the drums around their campus.
And 2 Denton hospitals are also being recognized for their safety. Both Denton Regional Medical Center and Texas Health Presbyterian Hospital Denton received an A. The survey was performed by the hospital safety group Leapfrog. Their score bested other area hospitals. The score included several aspects of hospital safety. These include safety after surgery and other procedures. Less than 1,000 of the hospitals surveyed received an A.
Trips to the gas station are less stressful for students. We'll explain.
And new pilots are learning to handle bad weather. Details are just ahead.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Gas prices are the lowest they've been in several years, and that can mean more money in students' wallets. NTDaily, Jared Rodriguez reports.
People used to look at signs like these with a sense of anger, but these same signs are giving people a feeling of hope. The average price of gas in Denton is $2.53, which is almost $1 less than last year. Experts say these lower gas prices are due to a decrease in demand. The lower prices are especially beneficial for students on a budget. And officials say this is good news for University of North Texas students who commute to school regularly.
Because there are a lot of people who commute from Dallas, Louisville to campus. So I do think it represents a decent amount of students' budgets.
Gas isn't the only thing students spend their money on. Students also have to budget for their education. The average cost for a public in-state school is more than $22,000. Some students are sticking to their original budgets despite the gas prices falling.
I'm pretty careful with my money. Last thing I want to do is just spend more just because I have more money.
Lancelot Chiro says he budgets for expenses and for fun. He is not planning to change his budget because of the gas prices. But he says that the lower gas prices do help him be more mindful of his spending. Reagan does not think it'll have a big effect on those who live on or near campus. Gas prices are expected to remain low in the coming months, and that's great news for students. Jared Rodriguez, NTDaily News.
The city of Denton is preparing for a fight over a different type of gas. Several groups are challenging the frack ban that just recently passed in Denton. The lawsuits challenge that the ban violates the Constitution, and the city of Denton is getting prepared. The legal strategies would allow the city council to keep control in the upcoming legislative session. The city has not answered either lawsuit, and no hearing dates have been set. There is a new online tool that will provide access to locating public transportation rides. Denton County Transportation Authority is testing a new ride tracking system that will accurately trace a bus or train. University of North Texas student Yvonne Tran plans to take the train home to Dallas. But she forgot to check what time the next train will arrive. She only remembered to look up the bus schedule.
For the bus, I just look up online for the routes and schedules and then find the time that's closest to what I'm at right now.
DCTA is testing a new way public transportation riders are able to trace their rides online. Where's My Ride is an integrated intelligent transportation system that uses accurate location from a GPS device. Each DCTA bus or train will have a GPS device mounted inside for accessible tracking. Riders will also be able to trace their bus or train with their cellular phones. They can receive an estimated arrival time by texting their stop ID to 98458. DCTA has it currently available to the public in beta form on their website.
So instead of doing a hard launch of this tool, we want to do a beta test so that we can get our users and passengers to utilize the new tool.
A beta test means the public is able to use the product while it's being tested. Where's My Ride is free for the public to use and is expected to fully launch in the next few months. Where's My Ride is free for the public to use and is expected to fully launch in the next few months.
Transportation has also been made easier for bikers in the Denton area. A local business in downtown Denton provides free bike repair services to the community. The nonprofit shop, Quarencia, runs on cash donations. Shop manager Carl Gossett says that the shop is meant to help those in need.
Our hope is that we provide a helpful space for people who may not necessarily have the fund.
Many people rely solely on their bikes to get around. Customer Daniel Howard visits the shop on a weekly basis. Howard says that everything on his bike is from the shop. Anywhere else, he would spend around $200. But Quarencia, Howard sees, gets what he needs for free. Around a dozen people show up every Wednesday and Saturday for service. The shop plans to expand in the near future.
People all over the world are coming to Denton to learn how to fly. A flight school in Denton is teaching their students to fly in inclement weather. Denton Enterprise Airport Flight School says the weather is limiting their pilots to fly under this instrument flight rules.
The majority of student training is conducted under visual.
The flight training school continues to grow with students and instructors. Denton Enterprise Airport also provides almost 500 jobs that supports the city.
Coming up next on NTDaily News, the swim club is diving into new beginnings. Details are straight ahead.
And senior citizens are exercising in a different way. We'll explain.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
The Mean Green and club sports are both part of today's sports. And NT Daily's Lance Ragland is here with the latest. Lance?
Student athletes are brought to UNT for their athletic abilities, but the athletics department is preparing their athletes for life after sports. Student athletes are not always on the field, They must spend 6 hours a week in study hall. Athletes can work with tutors if they please. Freshman golfer Matt Cowgill says the tutors are a major help to him.
The tutors here are tremendous. They're with us 6 hours a week at least. If you need more, they're there for you.
The UNT Athletics Department and Career Center also host monthly events to help prepare student athletes for finding a job. These events occur at Apogee Stadium and teach athletes about skills that will prepare them for life after sports. Mean Green football might not be in a bowl game this season, but other athletic teams saw success in Conference USA play. Men's cross country won their Conference USA title, and the Mean Green soccer brought home a regular season title before falling in the Conference USA Tournament Championship to Rice University. UNT has performed well since moving into Conference USA. UNT Swim Club is also doing well after having a sudden growth spurt. The club went from 12 members to 40 plus after doing some excessive recruiting this past summer, and they are still growing.
Most of the time it was going to Mean Green playing student orientation, stuff like that, but we also use word of mouth very rapidly.
Being a part of the swim club means a lot to some of the members. Many see the club as an escape from school and a way to meet people.
It's just something where I can get interactive with a bunch of people. It's a great place to meet people, plus you get a good workout in.
Members hope their growth will influence UNT to add a men's swim team to the athletic program. UNT Poles Recreation Center is also growing. The center's new addition features state-of-the-art equipment. 8 Techno Gym Varios were recently purchased.
And the reason we selected the Vario is because it offers quite a bit of versatility and quite a bit of diversity to our current cardio selection here on campus.
Their interactive monitors give students the chance to virtually shift from the gym to the outdoors and the opportunity to keep up with their favorite TV shows.
I have used the TV channels to watch the news and the YouTube app. I like that a lot.
The diverse machines also offer applications such as Facebook and YouTube. That's all for sports. Sherelle, Noel.
And finally, some older adults are also getting physical. And the Aubrey Public Library is where they're putting in work. Seniors in Motion to Go is an aerobics activity program designed for people over 50. Group members do low-impact exercises to help increase their flexibility and strength. A part of their workout includes leg raises, arm stretches, and heel lifts. 55 people attend classes regularly across Denton County. Classes are held at the library Tuesday and Thursday morning.
Sounds like a pretty intense workout. Do you think you'll go?
I don't know. I'm not over 50 yet.
Well, that's all for this edition of NTDaily's News.
Thanks for watching. See you next time.
This has been NT Daily News.